Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are diving into a topic that is simple but quite tricky, especially for beginners in English. Do you know how many articles are there in English? Articles are very crucial in sentence structure, and getting them right is essential for clear communication. As beginners, one of the most challenges that we face in using articles is when and how to use are, and the. They are quite confusing, right? But don't worry, I've got you covered. Let's explore the world of articles together. From my screen, you can see that we use the to refer to specific or particular nouns. We use the to refer to specific or particular nouns. And we use n or are to modify non-specific or non-particular nouns. So if you look at the articles here, what we said, we have here articles, it's a grammar aspect, and we have are and the. Are and are called indefinite articles, while the is called definite articles. And you realize that an article, first you need to ask yourself, what is an article? An article is an adjective. Yes, we call articles adjectives because they modify nouns. They are just like adjectives because adjectives are words that modify nouns or describe a noun, and articles are also there to modify noun. And we have are, and the. They are called articles. Are and are called indefinite articles, while the is called definite articles. Now, when you have definite and indefinite articles, the problem that English learners face with articles is they don't know when to use these articles, and that is why we are here today. Don't worry, you are covered. With this lesson, you realize that articles will become something very, very easy for you. Okay, so now we have are and the. Now let's try to see how they are being used. There is used to refer to specific or particular nouns. Are and is used to modify non-specific or non-particular nouns. And we use are and or the before a noun to introduce, before the noun that you want to introduce. Nouns, what are nouns? The next question that you're going to ask yourself is, I'm talking about nouns. Nouns, what are nouns? Nouns are names of people, places, animals, or things. Nouns are names of people, places, animals, or things. So these are what we call nouns. Now, how is this used? How do we use are? When do we use are? Now we use are before beginning with a consonant sound. We use are before a word that begins with a consonant sound. Remember, in English we have two sounds. We have the consonant sound and the vowel sound. Now we use are with words that begin with consonant sound. And for example, boy, a bird. Boy is b. Boy begins with b. B is a consonant sound. A bird begins with b. B is a consonant sound. Now when we talk about consonants, if you look on my screen, you see b, k, d, f, g, h, j, k, l, m, n, p, q, r, s, t, v, w, x, y, z. These are what we call consonant sounds. They are consonant sound in English. So every word that begins with this sound, please remember the difference between a letter and a sound. So these are some of the words. These are the consonant sounds, but some of them, they don't have the consonant sound. They have just letters. We are going to look at that some other time. Now, before a singular sound, before a singular noun beginning, this is also another way that, or another place that you need to use are. You need to use are before a singular noun. For example, a book, a school, a dog, a chair, a pencil. Singular means only one. So whenever you want to use a noun that is only one, called singular, you must use are or n. But now we are looking at are only. So if you look at the photo, and another way that we use is before vowel letters, which don't have vowel sounds. Before vowel letters which don't have vowel sounds. Remember, I told you that we have consonant sounds and vowel sounds, and we also have letters. So this, you can use it before a vowel letter which doesn't have, or vowel letters which don't have vowel sounds. For example, a European, a unit, a union. E here is a vowel, it's a letter. So, European, it doesn't start, it starts with the y sound. Yen, y sound. Unit, y sound. Union, y sound. Even though it is the U and E, which are vowel sounds, which are letters that are used in vowel sounds, but their pronunciation, they don't begin with vowel sounds. They begin with consonant sounds. So, because they begin with a consonant sound, they must have R. They cannot have N. Okay. And, some words start with vowel letters but begin with consonant sounds, just like what we saw. They start with vowel letters but they begin with a consonant sound. So we use are before these words too. For example, a university. University. If you look at the word university, it begins with a y sound. University. And because it begins with the y sound, you cannot say an university. No, you say a university because R is for consonant sound. A uniform. You see, we also have uniform. It starts with U, which is a vowel sound, a vowel letter, but it is not a vowel sound. It's a vowel letter and not a vowel sound. So you must use R for it. And you also have a one repair note or a one tie bar. If you want to use that, now you realize that one, even though it's O sound, is a O letter, but it is the one. It has the W sound from the beginning, so you use the. Are we okay with that? And we also use R before words that begin with a consonant sound. We are talking about consonant sound. Now, talking about consonant sound, we see the first one, a girl. A girl. This is a girl. G. G is a consonant sound. And we also have a clock. A clock. You have the k. K. A clock. K is a consonant sound. And we also have a lamp. L. L. A lamp. Lamp is a consonant sound. So because lamp is a consonant sound, you must use R, the article R, and not N. And now, that is that about using R. There's different ways that we can use the article R before a noun. And now we are going to look at how to use N before a noun. Now, before a word beginning with a vowel, for example, an idiot, an apple, an idiot, it has the E sound. An apple, it has the A sound. So you must use N. And we also have before a word beginning with but not sounded. A word beginning with but not sounded. So it begins with the H. H here is the her sound, but the sound is silent. For example, an honor. An honor. Now you cannot say an honor. No, the her is silent. So it begins with the O sound. An honor, an hour, an honest man. So you realize that the H here is silent. The H sound is silent. So this one, we take them as vowel sounds because they start with the okay. And The next that we see here is we use N before words that begin with vowel sounds. And what are the vowel sounds? Vowel sounds are A, E, I, O. These are vowel sounds. The letters are A, E, I, O, U. These are vowel letters, but the sounds are A, E, I, O. Okay. So these are the vowel sounds, and any word that begins with the vowel sound, you use N and not A. You use the article N and not A. For example, you have an orange, an umbrella. So you have an umbrella, an orange, and you also have an eye, and next we have the. The is used. When do we use the? The is used before unique objects. The is used before unique objects. For example, the sun, the sky, the moon. These are all unique objects. So when you have unique objects, you begin with the. You don't begin with A. You don't begin with N. The second one is before the names of mountains, rivers, oceans, deserts. Before the names of mountains, rivers, oceans, deserts. For example, the Ganges, the Sahara, the Pacific. The Ganges, the Sahara, the Pacific. And also we use it before the names of books. We use the before the names of books. For example, the Bible, the Ramayana, the Quran. Okay, and we also use the before the superlative degree. We use the before the superlative degree. For example, the best, the tallest, the shortest, the biggest. And we use the before musical instruments. We use the before musical instruments. For example, the flute, the violin. We use the before an adjective to denote a whole class. We use the before an adjective to denote a whole class. For example, the old, the rich, the poor. The old, the rich, the poor. We use the when there is only one of a particular thing. We use the when we know there is only one particular thing. For example, the sky. We don't have two skies. We have only one sky. The sky. The world. We have only one world. The world. And also the North Pole. The North Pole. And now these are some things that we must omit articles. Omission of articles. In what situations do we need to omit articles? In what situations do we need not to use the A or N? The very first one is before the names of relations. Before the names of relations. Father, uncle, sister, brother, mother, and the rest. So you cannot say the name of your uncle. What can I say? Now you have the next one is before the names of material, gold, silver, diamond. You cannot use, you have to omit articles in these cases. And also proper nouns like lotus, chanai, and prayer. These are things that you must omit articles. You don't use articles with these things. Also, before abstract nouns like honesty, wisdom, truth. We don't use articles. You must omit articles when using these things. And before languages like Thai, English, Tamil, Hindi. We don't use the Thai. We don't say the Thai, the English, the French, the German, or whatsoever. You have to omit the articles. Also, we don't use articles before certain phrases like at noon. You cannot say there at noon. At noon, by train, on foot. So these are situations where we cannot use articles. Now that we have seen about articles, we have learned about articles, let's try to do a little exercise, self-check quiz. Let's try to do some self-check quiz. Now use are, and, or, the in each sentence. Now it's your turn to practice. Number 1. Grace spoke to blank woman who had waved to him. To her, sorry. Grace spoke to the blank woman who had waved to her. It's supposed to be her, not him. Sorry for that typing error. So you're supposed to use are or the. So I'll give you 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I guess you have got the answer correct. So the correct answer is Grace spoke to the woman who had waved to him. Grace spoke to her, sorry. Grace spoke to the woman who had waved to her. The answer is the. Question number 2. My mother bought me blank expensive watch. My mother bought me blank expensive watch. Answer, 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I guess you got the answer correct. The correct answer is my mother bought me an expensive watch, because expensive, you have the E sound. My mother bought me an expensive watch. And the last question for our self-check is Cherry borrowed blank book from the library. Cherry borrowed blank book from the library. Answer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I guess you got the answer correct. The correct answer is Cherry borrowed a book from the library. Cherry borrowed a book from the library. Book, because book begins with the B. That is why we use R, not N. Okay, so that is the lesson that we have today. Let's focus on. In summary, mastering articles in English is crucial for effective and clear communication. Remember, practice makes perfect. So here's your challenge. Practice using articles in your private time, in your personal time. Share your experiences in the comment section. Don't be shy. Let's learn together. Let's learn from each other. So share your experiences and also the tips that you use. If you have other tips, share your other tips that you use in practicing. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit the like button if you found this video informative, educative, or helpful. And don't forget to ring the bell so as to be updated whenever I upload